Hello, everyone.
That was a very nice sounding hello.
Thank you.
Probably not the most realistic tone set for what's going to end up being the rest of the show thing.
Sup.
Humbug and shit.
One of those.
Like, coming at you from the heart of Europe, this is the most badass YouTube podcast on the whole land.
Who's in Europe?
Some YouTuber.
Somewhere.
Yeah.
There's some YouTuber somewhere in Europe.
Surely.
Is that what he goes with?
Just the one.
He's in the heart of Europe?
Yeah, that's how you start something podcast.
Fucking hell. Some fucking Jersey trash out here. I'm in the heart of Europe. Shut up. Jesus Christ. Cool though. I'm sure it's some kind of fucking claim to something.
Man, I'm feeling a lot of shade thrown at the heart of Australia right now.
I got a heart left.
It's kind of on fire, but yeah.
That's what I was gonna say. It's fucking on fire and shit. It's hearts
Burning
on
with
fire.
passion.
It's a decent Rocky Balboa song from the Rocky movies. Hearts on fire. It counts. But Jesus. I don't know where to start with this because I wasn't planning on doing a thing today. I'd rather be doing something else. Spoiler, guys. I'd rather be doing something fucking else. I don't know if you've caught on or not, but it's not really giving much of a fuck about this stuff here lately. But something was too stupid to not say something about. See, like I was doing shit yesterday.
Mhm.
Just doing shit. Wasn't really paying much attention. Sometime randomly in the evening in America time, the only time that fucking counts and even fucking matters. I was looking at something in the evening of America time, and there were fucking idiots, like just everywhere, saying the dumbest shit you could possibly imagine.
It's the season.
'Tis the season, you say?
Yeah.
Is that what it is? 'Tis the season for fucking idiots.
Yeah.
Fucking feels like it.
They come bearing presents of stupidity.
Can I
Is
have
that what
gift
it is?
receipt?
No regifting.
God damn it.
I don't have a very high bar for these fucking morons anymore, really. Like, I really don't have a high bar at all. Like, even a little bit for fucking idiots on the internet. I don't expect much. I assume you're all fucking idiots. That's just how it is. I
And
don't.
I don't disappoint.
Never.
Never.
Never do you. Nah, I don't know. One of the saddest things that I found out on the internet is that Akujin is not one of the dumbest people on it, and that's not a good sign. That is one of the true tragedies that I have come to understand on the internet.
That's right, guys. It's me. I'm the dumbest person. I'm just a dumb fuck with no brain.
Mm. It was kind of close to that, sure. It was kind of fucking close to that. I don't think Blossom's that stupid. She ditzy, but it's fuck, man. Give me a ditzy motherfucker over a dishonest, lying piece of fucking trash any day of the week. Somebody who would consider themselves a news person when they have a YouTube channel. Fucking kill me. If you think you're a journalist because you have a Google account, fucking just kill me before you tell me that shit. Just take a spike and slam it through my fucking ear over and over so I don't actually have to hear you say that stupid shit. Don't subject me to it. Don't subject you to having to say it. Does that seem fair?
Seems fair.
Seems like the right thing to do. Seems like the right fucking thing to do. People don't do that. People don't do the right thing to do. People don't do that shit. You know what they do? They walk around and talk about how they're fucking journalists. You know, the same people who have a cry about fake news a few years ago. You guys, oh, that's just fake news. That's the mainstream media.
You mean
The
the
only difference
mainstream
between-
media?
Look, the only difference between the fucking mainstream media and the people who are on fucking YouTube telling you shit is fuck, man. At least the people on the mainstream media have all of their teeth.
And they get paid a
Yeah.
lot.
At least they're not all living off of their fucking wives. It's the only difference I can give you. Yeah, sure, the mainstream media is gonna fucking lie to you. Cool. You do realize that the people on YouTube do the fucking same, right? You got that, right?
It's not.
You're
it's
not
not
that
technical.
dumb, right?
It's
it's
not
not what?
technically lying if you just don't know what you're talking about and just talk out of your ass.
If you just spam dumb shit, it's not technically lying. That's a great point, Fowl. That's a great point. They're not really lying. They're just fucking idiots. Just ignorant, and they just talk.
It's like when you hold your hands over your ears and go la la la. I can't hear it. That's what they do. They do that, and they don't have to worry about having anything right. It's just I'll talk about this thing and I'll give my opinion. I don't know what happened, but
Mm-hmm. See, I don't know. I should just cut out the middleman because I'm gonna be here doing a long fucking stream if I don't. So I'll cut out a bunch of the middlemen here. A few weeks ago, Tommy C's dumbass. He hops up onto his fucking Twitter and I am not gonna say anything about what Broski's doing because they're doing worse. Meanwhile, shows a picture of nothing. Shows a screenshot of literally nothing. Nothing there.
Mhm.
So we put the screenshot up. We wait. Anybody would be free to come around and explain to us what's going on that's so awful and said screenshot. Nobody does. Nobody does. Can't be fucked to do it. Nobody can think of a single thing to say. We asked some people, devil's advocate out of the crowd. Anybody. Not a fucking soul.
3
Nobody
hours,
has
no taker.
no taker. Not a fucking one. So there's nothing there. Okay, cool. So we assume Tommy's just trying to stay out of it. Well, that's not the case. It's not that Tommy's trying to stay out of it. It's that Tommy's a massive pussy and wants to take pot shots from behind a fucking block. Because, by the way, he blocked me whenever I tried to send him a message. I was like, hey, how am I doing something worse than threatening to dox somebody from the PayPal information? He blocked me. Because he doesn't have an answer to that. He's just going with the Nick Diorio thing now. It's just, oh, well, we're not going to talk about it unless we think that we can land something. Okay, pussies. You continue with that. You trailer trash you. What we're going to do is make that look really stupid. See, the allegation that was being ran with yesterday from Tommy, from Broski, from Diorio, this gaggle of white trash treasures. Guess what it was?
What was
Guys,
that?
Vamp's a doxer.
I knew it.
She's a doxer.
Knew
And she been bullying Optic, and she doxes him.
Are you
She
gonna
got
disavow me?
that look in her eye. I disavow.
Not
I
you.
knew it. She got that doxing look in her eye sometimes. I've seen it.
Well, here's what I'm not gonna do. I won't block the people who tried to tell me about it. I'm not gonna do that. Here's what I'm gonna. What was Tommy's evidence? The Vamp was throwing out first names or what the fuck ever he was trying to say.
Hold on a second.
What was it?
It was a
What is this
screenshot.
thing we're not allowed to call optic decay? What is that thing?
I'm not exactly sure.
Hmm.
I'm gonna pull the thing that was the, I guess, evidence. I'm gonna pull that up, and I'll let you see for yourself. There it is. Let's see here.
These motherfuckers are gonna wish that they would have just let me not give a fuck about this.
You were really content on not doing that.
Yeah, I was doing other shit this weekend. I didn't give a fuck. Now I'm gonna not give a fuck in a different kind of way.
Alright, make this a little smaller. Okay, I don't know if you'll be able to see this in the little TV, but let me preface this. This is a long form screenshot from our Discord. Again. And
It's more a whole lot of nothing.
yeah, it's joke meme. People making jokes.
No, it's people making fun of how fucking ugly your goddamn wife is, Optic, because your fucking wife is ugly.
And then someone posted a screenshot, or not a screenshot, a link to this Instructables thing. And I went to it because I'm like, holy shit, that looks 100% like Optic's work. And in the little bio thing, there was a screen name. It's like, hey, follow me on Twitter at this. So I'm like, oh, I wonder if that Twitter is still even there. So I Googled the Twitter at. And it took me to a DeviantArt post. And apparently that is doxing. It was 3 seconds. This is somehow on the same level of threatening to release somebody's PayPal information.
Wow, Tommy's really fucking stupid, isn't he? It makes sense now why he has to have a wife to pay the bills. Seems like he'd be too fucking stupid to get his ass to the goddamn mailbox as it is. What a fucking idiot. What a fucking moron. Seems like a massive fucking idiot to me. This seems like one of the dumbest fucking things someone has ever bothered with.
Well, if me posting this link is me trying to dox somebody, wouldn't reposting a screenshot with the link unredacted also be doxing?
Technically, by their standards, I think it would be.
Okay, well.
Well, here's the thing that they did where they fucked up. By going through the labor of all this dumb shit, they made it to where I was halfway interested in this. And guess what I'm going to talk about? Every single fucking thing that I know about from through this. I'm going to talk about all of it. Every bit of it. I'm about to talk about all of it. So if you want to hear a fun fucking story about optic decay, get ready. Because I'm going to give you a fun fucking story about optic decay.
Story
Right through
time
the
with the
rabbit hole.
Kumite?
Oh, a little bit of story time. Because I don't give a fuck.
Ooh.
I'm so fucking over this whole thing of anything anybody does over there is wrong, but anything anybody does over here, oh, it's doxing. You can't even look. You are not allowed to look at names that people have. Let's ignore the fact that this fucking idiot, this fucking dipshit, went by Rob LeBlanc on Twitter for over a fucking year. Let's ignore it. You want to ignore it? Anybody else want to ignore it? I don't really want to ignore it. I think I'm going to keep going with it.
Yeah, that was fucking ridiculous, wasn't it?
That was really fucking stupid, but that's what Tommy did.
I mean, does he not know that for the past year, that as long as I've known Optic, his name has been Rob LeBlanc?
Up until about
That's
4 or
just
5
put
months
it-
ago. He changed it
Yeah,
to
that-
something about commissions or whatever.
Yeah. He signs all of his artwork, Rob LeBlanc.
No, man.
If you don't believe it, we have screenshots where his account was still.
There's no fucking way you would have that because that definitely didn't happen because mentioning him as Rob LeBlanc is the first time that ever happened was totally Vamp 5 minutes ago.
Oh, yeah.
So there's no way you would have that.
No, there's no way we have that.
There's no way you'd fucking have that. Don't you know?
Oh.
What?
No, it was all me.
That was her cue to bring it on the screen. Just pretend she actually did it.
Hey, would you look at that thing?
Look at that. Ooh,
Wow. Look at that text and stuff.
is she doing the, were you doing the Hillary face when that happened? Where you fucking
Yeah.
looking at the
Ooh. Ah.
Is this the thing you were talking about?
Oh, we've got like 1 million of those, so that's one of them, I'm sure. Believe me, there's a lot of those.
Yeah.
You know why? Because there is a section of someone's Discord called Salty Rob Tweets. Because this guy tweets so cringily, so weakly, so regularly, that people have dedicated tabs of their Discord to keeping up with how fucking cringe his goddamn tweets are. How much of a wimpy bitch he is about every fucking thing in his life. Jesus Christ. So, yeah, apparently that's a dox, though, because he definitely didn't call himself Rob LeBlanc forever. That's not what happened. Right?
Oh boy.
That's absolutely not a thing.
Right?
I don't know if the text is too small on screen, but this is from the 6th of June 2018.
Oh, now that's when he's going back and forth with Davis here. What is this? Maybe get more than 10 people to watch your stream when 7 of them aren't on the fucking thing. That's interesting criticism from somebody who did a show to literally the people who were in his fucking stream with him for about a year until he got Augie to send a couple of 14-year-olds over there. Stop trying to make a name off me, kid. I have far better shit to do. Art is subjective, and you are retarded. This is a famous quote from Optic. But if you notice, he was going by a different name than he goes by now at the time. What was it? What's that up there? Oh yeah, Rob LeBlanc. He's been going by that for fucking ever. But he's now trying to pretend that anybody who says Rob LeBlanc, you're trying to dox me. Trying to dox me. This is the links that they'll go through with Vamp. Because they are that ass blasted that somebody who they know owes a woman money and isn't man enough to pay it back. Funny thing though, you have Tommy talking about how people talking about money being owed to them is white trash. Funny coming from the guy who is banged on about how Keemstar owes him money for years. How very white trash of you.
See, he doesn't care about this.
Because this doesn't have Keemstar's name in it. This doesn't have a name in it that he can leech views off of, like the absolute parasite these fucking people are. That's what needs to be recognized. These people are fucking parasites. They fucking lie. They have no issue with fucking lying. As long as they can get a goddamn view out of something, they're cool with it.
I just got sent a bunch of screenshots of it was just me, no one else ever.
What? Oh.
I'm the only one.
Oh, you mean how, Dr. On Call with Rob LeBlanc. Oh, God, better get Doc Griffin. Apparently Doc Griffin's doxing again. Oh, there's fucking... There he is again with some Rob LeBlanc. There's fucking R.A. Prostate again with some Rob LeBlanc. Jeez.
There's Andy Worski with some Rob LeBlanc.
How weird.
All of these happened before this week. How did they manage to go back in time after you doxed him?
Time Lord.
No, man. Vamp definitely doxed him. Vamp definitely doxed that guy. And you definitely don't hear Tommy C bang on and on and on about how he's owed money from fucking a show he used to do. Not on a legitimate loan that there's evidence for. Ignore all of that. Tommy runs cover for people like that, but he wants you to feel bad for him because Keemstar didn't give me enough money for showing up to his show. Fuck off. Fuck these people.
Ew, that's so cringy.
Fuck these people.
That was another thing I did find interesting. He admits that it's a loan.
Yeah.
He says you didn't pay back this loan from 6 months ago. So even Tommy's acknowledging that this was a fucking loan.
So
Didn't get paid.
Here's why I get so frustrated. It's like, if it were happening to these people, it would be such a different story. Like,
Yes.
tell me that you would not be pissed off to the extreme if you lent somebody $500 and they not only didn't pay you back, but were completely disrespectful to you afterwards.
Blossom, how much do you know about Tommy's situation?
Honestly, I don't really know anything.
Not much of fuck. Okay, let me help you out. Tommy sees himself as being owed money for years by a guy named Keemstar. I'm sure you've heard of that guy.
Yes, he's got.
Okay, because he did a show with him. Not he loaned him money. No. He expects to be paid money from Keemstar because he thinks he is owed more money, not because of anything they agreed with. They had an agreed upon thing. He gave him the money from that. No, he thinks he's owed more. Okay, cool. That's fine. Bangs on and on about that for fucking years. After having to ask permission from his fucking wife to do the show, because she works a job and she told me you're not gonna sit at home all day doing this shit if it's not viable. Had to get permission from his fucking wife to even do the goddamn show.
Oh my god.
Now that's a huge deal, and that's definitely worth banging on for years about.
But
hold on, Kyra says that's completely incorrect. Tell me how that is incorrect. I just listened to a thing where he said that's what he did. He said that he had to get permission from his wife on if it was viable or not. How is that incorrect, Kyru? I just listened to that video.
Huh. Yeah, I think that's
Not coming from
like,
Keemstar. This was coming from Tommy.
fucking it's white trash to want your money back that you loaned
Yeah, it's
somebody.
white trash
but
to
it's
want your
not
money
white
back.
trash
Yeah,
to
but it's not white trash to run around with your fucking tin cup to Keemstar for 2 years.
By the way, I want to point out that this motherfucker was walking down a busy street talking to his phone, whining about us Kumatards. Let that sink in for a moment.
Kyra says, I meant that he says that chemo's in money. Okay, well, that's not true. I've had fucking Tommy tell me personally that chemo's in money. I've watched shows where he says chemo's in money. I've seen a big fucking thing between him, that colossal guy, and Keem, where he's banging on about how he owes him money. That's just not true. It's just not true. He may not have said it recently, but to say that he did not bang on about this for years would be bullshit. It is not completely incorrect on my part. You would be incorrect on that front. 100%.
Oh, god damn it.
It's weird when you bang on about Keemstar owing him money, but Tommy paid Keemstar 100 a few months ago. He did, because he's afraid of Keemstar making him lose subs again.
Yeah, hasn't he hit the 39K mark like
Like
3
50
times?
times, yeah. It's fucking stupid.
Because, like I said, I didn't really know much about this guy. I assumed he was a well-established news commentary channel or whatnot, just from all the stuff that I hear of him having like a news team and stuff. So I went over to his channel and I was surprised to find that he only has 39K subscribers, which, it's not like, I mean, it's a decent amount, but I just assumed that he would at least have like 100K or something,
That would be dumb of you.
It would be.
Yeah.
But I also don't have a brain. I have yet to
Oh,
grow
geez.
it, so just be
It's hard to
patient
fit
with
one
me.
in the tube. There's another thing on screen. Totally.
Sure.
I'm totally a doxer, guys. Oh wait, that's
On the
optic.
screen. Okay.
Whoa.
Yeah, Vamp's saying it. He totally is saying that that's her doxing.
Optic, doxed optic. Does Tommy know about this?
Right. And Doug, I sent you a link to a YouTube channel. That avatar look familiar at all? I'll bring it up over here too, because I have the tab open.
Fucking what? What am I looking at?
This avatar over here, the one on screen.
Does that say the police? Call the police?
There's a
okay.
bird. That is a picture Optic had done of Tonka saluting the Rip Suds thing from a couple years ago. The screen name on this YouTube channel, the one that he used to comment under on a regular, is the one from that thread. And the Instructable. And
What the fuck is an Instructable? That's a thing that he put on the DeviantArt. We're gonna go down this path. I don't give a fuck.
I can't actually bring up the Instructable because Optic went through and deleted a bunch of stuff.
Oh, this all happened whenever he noticed that people had seen that. Now, it would be fucked up. It'd be really fucked up if the way that all this shit works is that everything is gone forever as soon as he does it. That would suck. That'd be a goddamn shame, wouldn't it? Unfortunately, that's not what happens. Every single thing is not gone because you did what you did there, Optic. But we do know why you did it. We did figure that out. Why was he so quick to do all that shit? Why was he so quick to fuck around and pull the plug? Do all that shit he was doing. Why?
Covering bases, maybe?
Well, what would he need to cover his bases for?
The fact that he'd put his shit out there before?
Chase a little internet clout. You think it's just that? God, I wish it was just that. That would be so good. Wouldn't make me nearly as fucking grossed out by this fucking cringy, balding, Marilyn Manson-looking dipshit.
Well, if he wasn't trying to hide what he was doing now...
This
Would he
crypt
be
keeper
trying to
looking
hide what
piece
he'd
of
done
shit.
before?
No. This crypt keeper looking piece of shit. This fucking loser has been fucking bilking people apparently for a long time. Apparently that's his fucking thing. Apparently that's Will even goes, maybe it's his fucking fetish or some shit. He just loves being a victim. How much does he love being a victim? Do you want to know? Do you have any guesses? Who wants to take a guess?
I'm gonna guess that he really enjoys being a victim.
Oh, really? On a scale of 1 to 10, how much do you think he enjoys being a fucking victim?
Over 9,000.
Very internet and cringy of you. I hate you a little bit. Anybody else?
I liked her
Anybody else?
answer.
Well. Do you think he likes being a fucking victim enough? Fucking run goofy, cringy fucking deals where maybe, according to his family, because this is all alleged and all from his family, by the way, and we all know how family is. I mean, it's just like somebody you knew on the internet. It's the same thing. But apparently his family members, well, they've had their fill of his fucking ass. And they don't fucking like him. Now, why don't they like him? Well, one of them claims it's because he took his mother's crutches and pretended that he was fucking handicapped to panhandle.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
There's more. Let that one sink in, though. That's a thing that this guy fucking did. Jacked his mother's fucking crutches to go panhandle.
If that was the only thing that he did, that's still fucking low as.
You know what else he apparently did? And we've got a nice little write-up about this. We'll have fun with it. Don't worry. We'll have some fun with it. We'll read it out. We'll get somebody else to read it out, probably. Do you two want to read it out again?
I mean,
Because I'll probably just cuss through the whole thing.
I mean, we can, because there's
Okay, good.
certain things in there that we'll probably not read out loud. Because it's names
Right.
of unconnected people. And we're not going to
Whatever.
Right.
We're not
I
gonna
don't
do
care.
that.
But we can
Whatever you do.
definitely do a dramatic reading of
Yeah.
a good chunk, if not most of it.
Let's see.
This is between him and his brother, who replied to him on his DeviantArt page. Or maybe he replied to his brother. Who made the post? Who is the one who initially put this shit out?
His brother made the post, and I think a couple people who had followed Optic ended up commenting it and whatnot, and was like, "Oh, hey, thanks for bringing light to this guy," because we had no idea that he was like this.
Yeah. His account's still there.
So did you should we just read it out?
Yeah, I'm getting it.
If she ever gets it.
Okay.
No, I have it. I was just trying to get it pulled up.
Yeah, so this is a blog created by his brother. And I'm not sure, like there is some personal information in this which we are not going to show and read because that's a shitty thing to do. Believe it or not, we don't do that, guys. But there's several paragraphs, to put it lightly, that contain a lot of good lore that I think everybody will find very entertaining, because I know I did.
Well, go ahead. Have at it.
All right. This person starts out by saying, "Hi all. Uh, I'm Maddox Misery's brother. I made this account a while ago, but I feared reprisal if I wrote anything about all the lies he tells. I finally came out and replied to some of his bullshit on his page, but there's really so much I could comment on."
If you are a Maddox Misery supporter, over 95% of the things he says are lies, and that 5% that is true is twisted around in an effort to get sympathy and money from his web visitors. He is no tortured artist. He is a torturing scumbag. I know I lived under the same roof with him until I was 38 years old. I'm only about 4 months removed from it now. Things would be perfect if my family didn't have to suffer his presence anymore.
This sounds accurate. I'll go ahead and put it out. This sounds like Optic. Scumbag. Spins everything to be a perpetual fucking victim. Whiny bitch.
Mhm.
All this shit. That sounds like that guy. I know that guy. And then I feel for the dude here because he's like, man, the worst part is my family's got to put up with his sorry ass.
Yeah.
Let's see here.
I know that feel.
Oh, just wait for it. You ready for this part?
Go ahead.
He has been on DeviantArt for more than 2 years now, all the while claiming that he was working on a graphic novel, and all the while writing walls and walls of text about how his family and the world have victimized him, and
That's
every
familiar.
bit of it a complete lie. He wrote these things for sympathy, for money, and on to try and lure chicks into meeting him on the promise that they could live with him at my mom's house.
No.
Score, guys.
No.
I think for the next part we should just hold on, because I want to hit this person with a stick.
Hey, girl. You come live in my mom's house.
Man, wait till you taste my mama's cooking. You're gonna love me.
Okay, we got
Oh
this.
my
We got this
fucking
figured out.
God. To figure it out.
Okay.
Oh, it's your
They seem to have handled this shit well.
It's your
Okay. The only reason they're not showing it on screen is because apparently there are things that are a bit close to the thing. And yes, like there was, I don't really give a fuck what they do at this point. I don't give a fuck whatever gets put out by a fucking Optic or I don't care anyway. I really don't. I don't give a shit. Be glad that there are nicer people here than me. That's the best thing I can tell you, Optic, or else this day will be a lot worse. But don't worry, it's gonna get worse, just not as bad as it could be. Put it that way. Go ahead.
Okay, so in September 2007, our nephew told his dad, another brother of ours, that Optic was claiming that he was collecting money for a family friend who had been diagnosed with stomach cancer. It is true that our family friend had stomach cancer. He is alive, but I'm not sure the status of the cancer. And that he was an old family friend. But Optic, who didn't know this family friend very well, was collecting the money for himself.
People on DeviantArt attacked him about this, and he ultimately admitted on the complaint boards that he got $50, but the family friend did not want the money, so he donated it to the Red Cross. He was absolutely lying, folks. You can say that that these two DeviantArt users are jealous liars all you want. I lived under the same roof as him. I know him better than all of you, and I know he didn't give any money to the Red Cross or offer to give it to the family friend.
Is it starting to seem like this guy only has one tiny book of stories?
Yes.
It's like Aesop's Fables, but you tear out 90% of it. You just got like 3 or 4 of these. You know, you got a couple of Mother Goose gimmicks. That's it. He only knows 4 stories, guys. And ain't none of them good.
Mm-mm.
Go ahead. Keep going.
All right, moving on. After we found out about the family friend thing, he dumped his blogs, but not until after we had printed up a bunch and read these lies he was saying. He claimed that all his web visitors understood that this was just fiction. He even agreed at one point to put a disclaimer on his blog saying it was fiction, but he never did.
Researching further.
Okay, hold on.
Yeah?
There's a whole lot in that thing she just said. So roll that back.
What?
First sentence that Blossom said.
Okay, hang on.
He's trying to now say that everything that was on his thing before, it was all fiction.
Yep.
That's like,
Yeah.
That's the second sentence.
He claimed that all his web visitors understood that this was just fiction. He even agreed to put a disclaimer on his blog saying that it was. But he never did.
Weird.
Mm. Somebody give me a good thing for that. Somebody tell me why that's not fucking insane bullshit.
Oh, we haven't even grazed the surface.
No.
Our feet
This gets
aren't even in the
worse.
water yet, Tonka.
I know, but it's just
It
he's
works.
like, no, don't worry. Everything I'm saying is bullshit. That was the game plan.
Yeah.
Just be like, no, everything's bullshit. That's your plan.
I'm just a fictional online persona, guys.
The old AP, I'm a cartoon character.
Yeah.
I think
That
that's what
depends.
he wanted to go for, but he never ended up doing it.
All right.
Okay. Researching further, I found that he has had blogs on just about every free blog site, and that while he pretty much copies and pastes his sob stories everywhere, what I discovered shocked the living shit out of my family. He claimed that he was beaten and molested. In one post, he claimed specifically that my brother molested him, but in others, he was less specific. That's fucked.
Yeah.
Dude.
What?
Yeah. He's one of those people. All right.
Dude.
Nobody ever molested Optic, and it is just so shocking that he would claim our brother did it, because our brother has been helping to support this fucking bum for so many years. I know for a fact our brother never molested him, because I'm practically the same age as him, and we were never separated. So if Optic was trying to claim that we molested him, why did he only name that brother? Also, why only say it on the internet, where he couldn't defend himself?
At the very
Man.
end of November, my father was diagnosed with pancreatic cancer, and at the end of December, he died. Rob tried to play this as a pity card to get donations to help my mom pay the taxes. He never in life gave my mother so much as $1. He did buy a lot of comic books recently, I know, because my brother drove him over. So thanks a lot, fans.
Yeah. The brother that he was claiming molested him drives him to the comic book store so he can buy comics with the sympathy money that was supposed to go to their mother. I bet he doesn't even pay that gas money either.
That's...
Now, here's where it starts to get really juicy. Living with Optic, I can tell you that his claims he works on comic books 14 hours a day is a lie. Anyone with a brain would realize he spends his time writing lies about the family and panhandling. But also, yes, he does find time to play video games all night. That's what he does, guys. He plays video games badly from the way he screams and moans about it all night. He then sleeps all day.
He panhandles in real life too. We found out he was going out with crutches that my mother had in the house. She had knee surgery once, and panhandling.
Yeah, let that sink in.
Yeah, we're just gonna let that sit there.
Just take that in for a second, guys.
I have met so many women in my life that, and a couple of men that have actually undergone physical or sexual abuse as children. To pretend that that happened to you when it didn't.
I think he will pretend anything happened to him.
Yeah,
That's one of
he
the
would.
most disgusting things I can think of as a human being.
Yes, garnering fake victimhood. Yeah, that's pretty fucking shit.
All right, we have 3 paragraphs left
Mhm.
and some gold in the comments as well. So hang on, guys, we're not done.
Mm-mm.
All right,
Here we
hold on.
go.
Right before you go there, I
Okay.
wanna. This is one of those things where you have somebody. The way that I'm gonna see this, because I just have to make it this way, or else I'm gonna roll up on somebody acting a fool. I have to see this as he does not see online as real. Like, I do think that maybe he was gonna just be like, no, this is all a fictional, this is all a gimmick, blah blah blah. This is the. You
Right.
get what I'm saying? I
Right.
feel like that has to be what the fuck he was doing,
Maybe?
because when you're sitting there accusing somebody, this person fucking molested me when I was a kid, but then you're like, hey, I need a ride to the comic book store. Can you take me? And that's who you call?
Ghostbusters.
I don't think he sees this shit as real. I don't think he
Which
sees this shit as real at all. I think
which is
that.
a very sorry.
Well, no, I
It's a
just
very
think he
big
sees the online shit as a way to pull money out. That's all I'm saying. If he
Right,
can be
right.
a huge victim online,
Mm-hmm.
people might throw money at him.
Well,
I think that's all that's happening here. You can go ahead now, but that's what is coming together for me from listening to this.
okay. I might actually build off of that a little bit. Like, I can agree with what you're saying, but for some reason, maybe it's because a lot of this stuff is a work of fiction in his head that he's putting out online. When people like come back at him like, hey, this is either fucking false or you're a liar, or this seems like, cool story, bro, but Pixar didn't happen kind of deal. Because this is his writing, he takes everything as a personal attack. It's like people are critiquing his writing.
That makes sense. I can see that.
Which would explain why when he's trying to put something out and then someone just asks a question that he hasn't already pre-wrote his answer, maybe I don't know, maybe he takes that as a critique of his art.
Could be, yep. Makes sense.
'Cause that makes a lot of sense.
So we ready for the next paragraph?
I believe so.
Yeah,
Okay.
that was just, it was fucking me up, and I'm trying to make it
Mhm.
make sense in my fucking head. All right,
No worries.
it's fucking bullshit
Does
that
Like
somebody's
what
doing
I-
this, and I've got to make this jihad in my fucking head. You understand?
does what
Or
I
else
say
I
make
can't-
sense?
Yeah, I can't get from sentence to sentence when I'm sitting here thinking about it. It's like, oh my fucking god, nobody is this shitty and fake of a person. Where it's like you're gonna accuse somebody of molesting you and then be like, I need your help. It's like he has to have a separation in there. You get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
There has to be some separation in his head there to where it's just like it doesn't count because it's online or some shit like that.
Right.
To where he can do that and be okay with doing this. Now, yeah, go ahead. That.
Okay.
Fucking hell.
Yeah, like I said, that what you were saying is an interesting segue into this next paragraph because it starts with Optic is mentally ill and the
Oh god.
internet only makes it worse.
Okay.
That
I buy that 100%. I would say.
yeah. um that he can find even one person that believes him makes his sickness even worse. He's written a stack of phone books worth of text about his life and his family, every bit of it lies. Meanwhile, the 2 novels he claims to have been working on for 4 years, the earliest reference I could find on another blog, amounts to 12 pages with no dialogue written.
After
Oh.
reading about this fictitious special relationship he claims to have had with my dad and that my dad agreed to bankroll him, etc. All bullshit. I did some searching online to see what else he's been saying.
Oh there, bud.
I found an old post where he claimed he was being beaten by the boyfriend of some girl he liked and his friends until he had many broken bones and that the family got him no medical treatment. I mean, come on, folks. Every time I search for his name, I find something else that is a complete fucking fabrication. If you want to help him, can you find a mental hospital that will take him in? And that is the post.
Right. And the comments section, one of the people that was named in this post had commented, it's like, well, it's been a while since I've been around here and it seems to only get funnier, which I guess is pretty sad for you, referring to OP, since you have to deal with this shit more so than anyone else being family affiliated. Anyway, I just looked at his page and saw pics up of a very large female question mark who is apparently his girlfriend. Yikes, they almost look like twins. No offense to you, OP, if you happen to look like him, but honestly, I'm scared. She's scary looking and not in that goth way, but more like the result of white trash meets overeats White Castle, and I'm sure there's a lot of White Castle in that trunk of junk by the looks of it. What a heifer. How does he eat these days with one rotten tooth anyway? Blech.
Oh.
That blah.
Oh no.
Get this. So the OP has replied to his own post saying that Optic claims his new girlfriend, and I'm not sure who this is, by the way,
Right.
has mob ties. So I
Oh,
guess my
no.
life is in danger for telling her to fuck off and stop messaging me, eh? Whoa there, bud.
Oh there, bud.
I'm gonna have to
Oh there.
heavily redact some of this. OP responds again to his own post with, haha. He managed to find someone who is apparently such an idiot that she believes everything he says, or claims to. For those who thought that warnings that I and others put up about him were ridiculous because nobody would fall for that, well, someone did. A 26-year-old from blank fell for it. She told me tonight that even if my family members, who she had dinner with last week, told her this stuff was true, she would still believe it was a lie. Because we're all jealous of his artistic ability. Capital L, capital
Is that what we're
O,
doing?
capital L.
Is that what we're doing?
I think so.
Yeah. She contacted me to have quote unquote secret talks about Optic, telling me, please don't tell Optic, please don't tell Optic we communicated. LOL. I knew she was reporting everything back to Optic the whole time.
In my opinion, the elevator most certainly does not stop on all floors with this chick. From what she tells me, she's on a prescription sleep drug, and I doubt it's her only prescription drug, if you know what I mean. I just wasted an hour on IMs with her, as I had my brother log into his computer to try and get a timestamp from an email he sent me calling him an artard and a fat ass. I wasted his, my brother and my time. Why? Because this chick told me the email was faked by me.
Fucking
The
hate
whole time, or sorry, the whole while she argued with how truthful my brother Optic is, while my other brother struggled to get his ancient machine booted up and logged in. My other brother would probably have a better computer if he hadn't have given Optic $3 to $5 a day since Optic was a teenager.
From what I can understand, he made a post on Craigslist giving his age and location, offering all kinds of sex acts, including what he calls quote unquote blood play, and
Please.
extended this offer to all men in the area.
Stop the car.
No,
Yeah.
I'm not stopping. He told or strongly insinuated to both my mother and this idiot chick that I made this Craigslist post. But then he emailed my brother calling him a fat ass and an artard and admitting he made the post on Craigslist.
Yeah, let that also sink in for a second.
Why? Why is this happening? Why is this happening to me?
Anybody want to come over and do some blood play?
I'm gonna cut you up, bitch.
This is... Oh, Jesus.
Somebody say blood play?
Sit down.
Sorry.
I'm fucking... I hate the internet so goddamn much.
Yeah, let that sink in.
Mm-hmm.
Just
I'm the fucking... You can't make jokes laughing at shit, but you can't be making him laugh this fucking hard. He can't... Don't be killing over this. Don't laugh so hard you fucking kill over on this.
I think around this time, there was a lot...
I think there's more.
Yeah, yeah, there's a lot more. There's much more.
There's a lot to this!
Well, this is made in, like, 2009-ish, and around this time, there was, like, this weird, coverage of a subculture of the goth community, the vampire kids, who most of them were just weird and into blood play, so they're like, we're vampires, blah, blah, blah. It was, like, a thing for 20 minutes, but, like, everyone who wanted to be edgy was, quote-unquote, into blood play.
Oh, Jesus.
So, and that's one of the more dangerous ones, because, you know, bloodborne illnesses are a thing.
blood poisoning.
Hey. Yeah.
When South Park made that episode on Vamp kids, like, that was really a thing. Kids, like, people legitimately went through some vampire-type phase where, like, oh, I'm a vampire.
Do I have to answer that? Because I think the answer is obvious.
She says that.
It's a thing.
Sure, man.
Okay, so yeah, there's more to this, and I think.
Hold on.
Well, I was gonna say, I think.
Let's just stop for a second. All right, so.
Okay.
We stop the car. I want to get out.
Yeah, just a little. Let's can somebody start writing us a checklist here. I don't know if anybody can make us a checklist, but let's. All right, so we start off with pretending to panhandle with mother's crutches. Check.
Mm-hmm.
Taking up money for cancer charity. Check. Keeping said money and going to go buy comic books. Check. Ride to comic books, being family member I've accused of molesting me. Check.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
also
Tonka.
accusing family member of molesting me. Check.
Vamp, would you say that we're maybe waist deep or ankle deep right now? Because there's
mid-calf.
more.
About mid-calf.
Mid-calf? Okay.
Yeah, it hasn't gotten too hard to wade through the muck yet. It's getting there, but we can still manage.
Craigslist fucking ads to do blood play with dudes?
And other sex acts.
And then blame your brother.
Without the
Admit it.
Who you also said abused you and beat you up. Also, your parents let you lay there in a heap of broken bones. Because they apparently fucking hated you. just let gangs and mobs just come beat your ass,
I'm
and they would
100%.
not take care of you.
I'm 100% on board with Tonka's theory at this point that he's just writing shit. But the only way to get him to get people to read his writing is to make it about him.
You know, if he'd have put this fucking creativity in those comic books he's supposed to be writing, I think they may have seen the presses.
Or the stories. Because apparently
I'm
he was
just
writing
saying.
novels. But never got it off the ground. Maybe if he put that effort that he takes making shit up online and putting it into a freaking novel.
Hold on. All right, Jabber's is saying if a gang beat him up, he wouldn't help him either. Okay, you're a dude who don't like the piece of shit. He is saying this about his parents. Okay, he's saying this is what his parents did to him. That he was beaten up by a group of people.
You know what? You know what probably happened is he said that he got beat up by the boyfriend and his friends of a girl that he liked. So he probably tried to slide into this girl's DMs and was like, "Hey, I'm an edgy like artist." And she like her boyfriend was probably like, "No, you aren't."
You want edgy? I'll show you edgy.
Yeah. And you know what?
Fired his ass.
Yeah, you know what likely happened is they probably like pushed him and he like, I don't know, sprained his ankle, and that equivalates to having a just like broken bones, and his family just left him there and was like, it'll heal on its own.
Well,
It's fine. It's not a big deal.
I will tell you this. I have fought more than one dude at once. All right. I have had the bad end of that, more or less, and I've had the we did all right end of that.
Okay.
All right. The best outcome was I fought two brothers that were named Bryant and Brandon. The older brother, he got a few shots in on me, but I was throwing his fucking little brother around, and I got in enough shots on him to where I wasn't fighting. I felt like a badass after that fight. Okay, but then I've been in the ones where maybe you should have paid attention to Home Slice over here a little more, because he got your ass. And you were on the ground and shit hurts, and you are very, very lucky that somebody saw it and yelled, and they are now afraid that the cops are going to come. Okay, so I'm imagining that's probably what went down with him. I don't think he was beaten down and pummeled and all this shit. I think maybe somebody slapped the shit out of him, and he didn't do shit back because there was more than one of them there. Not that he would have done much either way. But there's a certain personality type that is willing to fight more than one person at once versus one that is willing to fight nobody ever.
Right. Also, if you had gotten beaten so bad that you had multiple broken bones, wouldn't you be like in a state of being like, I don't know, crippled or something now? If you weren't taken to the hospital?
Right. You think that would weigh with you and not age well.
Your parents, even if they don't like you, don't want to raise a child who has broken everythings.
Right.
Okay.
Or a dead child that they then have to explain to the police, okay, this is how he died.
That as well. Fair play. If you don't like a kid, you damn sure don't want them to be fucking to where you have to take care of them forever. Even if you don't like the kid, you better take that broke motherfucker to the fucking doctor, because you don't want him to be broke.
Right.
You gotta get them bones fixed and shit.
Get them bones fixed so you don't have to deal with it later. There was 2 Streamlabs that came in. I'm going to take care of those real quick.
Oh, Jesus.
Slack on the internet, nobody for $1 says Fire the Duck, give Blossom, give Akujin a raise, and hello Vamp. And Krubu says for 2, it's one thing to lie about being molested, it's another thing to lie about a family member molesting you. That's the kind of thing that you need to get ass whooping for. That's some goddamn bullshit. Philly's only 40 minutes away from New York. Rah.
Wait, I got fired?
I don't. No, that's someone just
someone
making
requested you to be fired. It's fine.
It's
it
fine.
happens
It'll
all
be
the time.
alright.
Happens all the time.
Maybe this story actually did happen though, because I heard that he's still broke.
That's his wallet.
Well, I know that, like, all right. He's always talking about being achy. You know, he's, I ache, and I don't know. Maybe
pain.
Yeah, maybe he got beat up some when he was younger. I'm not saying that shit didn't happen.
About his achy breaky heart.
That's so mean.
His
My knee
body's
pops when I
probably
wake
seized up from not moving from his computer desk.
That too.
That's so mean, though.
Sorry. I didn't mean it. I'm sorry. We ready to move on?
I think we're ready to move on. I'm moving
All
on
right.
to the next paragraph.
All right.
I think that's actually your go.
While my brother was trying to log in to his fossilized computer, I was talking to him on the phone while having an IM conversation with this dumb chick. She said it was impossible for Optic to have made the post or sent the email about it because they were together all day. At that moment,
God.
my brother told me Optic told him that his email was hacked. When my brother confirmed the email address it was sent from, it was my brother's email address. The idiot chick's response: oh, he doesn't use that email address for sending emails.
The post and the email to my brother were so obviously from him. Writing the same format where there are periods where commas would suffice, and after the periods, the first letter is always lowercase. He is such an idiot. In his email, he claims I and my brother.
Hold on. Did they just call out Optic posting fucking a decade and some change ago, for real?
Yeah.
Talkie talkie ... talkie talkie ... Really?
I do the ellipses.
Is that
too,
just
but
his thing?
apparently, he claims I and my brother, both gainfully employed, are jealous of his artistic ability. What artistic abilities? And after he told you guys that on his one blog that the people claiming to be his brothers are not his brothers.
I finally stepped up to tell you he is full of shit to stick up for my family. The idea wasn't to keep him from getting girlfriends, though the idea of this one living with him in my mom's house does disturb me.
Whatever happens, thank God I don't live with that piece of shit anymore. I just wish my mom and brother could be free of him also.
And OP has once again replied to his post with more gold, guys. There's more.
Then gold in them our post.
There's
I don't-
more.
I don't want to update the journal and then have to repost it, but I did want to update it, this thing, for one or two people that read things. Optic got a new girlfriend that apparently wasn't the heaviest chick that was hanging out. Not that I have anything against fat people.
This chick is absolutely nuts. She challenged me to message her on AIM and on Yahoo instead of hiding behind DeviantArt.
Yeah, this social media platform isn't as hardcore as this one, so you better message me over here or you're a pussy.
Oh God.
I'll see you on Discord. Don't at me on Twitter.
Oh.
Jesus.
Fight me on Discord, bro.
Right?
Meet me in the chat room, son of a bitch.
Even though I see no difference between being on DeviantArt and saying I'm Optic's brother versus being on Instant Messenger saying I'm Optic's brother, I instant messaged her anyway.
I told her what the deal was, and told her she could just ask my mom and bro that still live with him if the stuff I say is true. She wouldn't.
Today, I get home from work. I haven't communicated with this freak in days. Blocked her on AIM, but not yet on Yahoo. And I have instant message threats waiting for me when I get home from work, lol.
So, I
the
messaged
fuck
this
does that?
psycho chick and asked her to stop IMing me. She challenged me on here to IM, I did, and now I'm finished with her.
She kept ranting that by putting pressure on Optic to stop with the online begging, scamming, and lying, that I was ruining any potential she has for a relationship with him. Oh, F.
She's 26, lives at home and is worried that her fragile relationship with a 31-year-old who hasn't worked in 7 to 8 years, lives with mommy, tries to collect money under false pretenses, doesn't bathe, has lost or is losing most of his teeth, all by his own choices, by the way, might fall apart. Am I wrong to assume this chick has
Oh.
psychiatric issues?
Let's not
What?
forget the only reason I care about any of this, folks. My mother and brother still support this piece of shit brother of mine, and soon they will be supporting this piece of shit girl too, and whatever tardlings they end up spawning together.
Well,
That's a hell of a post.
that was a thing. I think we did decent on the redactions.
He fucking.
If
Yeah.
even 1/10 of that is true, this guy is still a piece of shit.
Yeah. Bit scummy, bit shitty. Doing a lot of shit stuff. A lot of familiar sounding things, too. And what's weird, you don't have to take our word for it. Just take that link that Tommy C fucking posted up on his fucking Twitter and go look for your fucking self. Go down the rabbit hole. Get a big eyeful of everything you've heard for the past like year or two. Somebody saying it like fucking 10 years ago. It's good shit.
I still can't get over that pretending to be abused thing. If that's genuine, you are such a piece of shit human being.
No, I shouldn't surprise you.
No, it's really not. It fucks people up for life. It's one of the reasons why I feel so strongly negatively against pedophiles and predators.
Shit like this, you just have somebody who can go around, throw out accusations at people, get some of that attention. And so, hold on, yeah, Charles Dingo says some of them want to be abused. You ever heard that the Sweet Dream song? That shit, it's kind of like that.
There's more.
There is more.
I found more.
There are
No.
some
You'll
people
go.
who want to walk around and get the attention and the
dear.
adoration of being abused.
Some of them wanna be abused.
Oh.
No, he went with the Marilyn Manson one instead of the fucking Eurythmics.
Yeah.
Look at him. You can tell a lot about somebody by which version of Sweet Dreams they know. Just letting you know.
I think I'll put
Hey!
early like Blossom and I can see it. Maybe.
It's fine.
I know both versions.
Which version they choose to sing. Fuck.
This one was particularly relevant to the situation. Don't at me.
Wait.
All right. You want me to read it?
Did you get the? Were you sent the same thing?
No, I'm still on the same site.
Oh, okay. I got sent a rant from a deleted Reddit user, but
I just wanted to read this one part that is also written by his brother that says, if you are a girl that believes in Optic, instead of getting lured into the house with him, why not have him come live with you? My whole extended family would thank you. For those who have never been over the house, he's got cigarette butts smushed into every flat surface of his room and cat shit all over the floors. Even when he does his 10 garbage bag cleanup prior to moving in another girl, there is still cat shit residue and ash all over the floors. We have no idea how the two cats in his room room survive his 2-pack-a-day habit, which he supports with no job whatsoever.
Oh my god.
You fucking serious?
Yeah. Yeah.
I
That
found,
wasn't a comment on the post. It was on his actual profile, the same site.
Wow.
so I was sent a thing. Um like I said, it is from a deleted user, but you guys just tell me who this is. You are so ungrateful and bitter. I clean up your messes because you're too fat and lazy to do it yourself. Then you have the audacity to say me and your son do nothing around here? Bitch, he just fixed one of your drawers and you know. The one you and your old son kicked and broke? He fixed the door only to have your fat son break it again. Your fucking house is infested with mold and flies and you think it's more important to go on a fucking cruise? Then you're going to get the bathroom fixed or fix the leak that is now going on into our room? This is your fucking house. I shouldn't have to clean it, and your son shouldn't have to fix everything. I'm sick of the gossip. I'm not pregnant. I've never been pregnant, and I would never bring life into this shithole. It's bad enough that we have to stay here because there is no job prospects here, and you refuse to help your own son get on his feet so he can leave. But your other son gets thousands of dollars from you. It's not about the money, though. It's about treating your son like a human being, which apparently you don't have the ability to do. It's about getting over the fact that I'm not the ex of your son that you loved. She's never coming back, and you need to deal with it. Your passive-aggressive behavior reminds me of a child. It speaks volumes that a 27-year-old and a 34-year-old are way more mature than you are. I hate your guts, and any children I spew forth will never know you exist. You're going to die alone, and I'm not going to care. You deserve to die alone and cold and bitter. You're never going to be considered a mother-in-law.
Whoa.
Scene.
That sounds like some sort of unaborted genocidal fetus rant.
Sorry, I couldn't make a pause because I would lose momentum.
Tell me again, Tommy, what does white trash sound like?
God damn.
That.
Where's that $500 you owe me versus that? Which one's the white trash?
Very Springer-esque.
Oh, dude.
Diddy Jones.
I swear I've
like,
seen this on Springer.
Where Ricky Lake?
I saw a thing pop up.
Get that thick ass Ricky Lake girl over here.
Ayuk donated $3 to say, brush your fucking teeth, Merry Xmas.
Fucking YouTubers. They're all on dope and none of them want to fucking brush their teeth. It's fucking, I don't care anymore, dude.
Oh, by the way, I'm an elite hacker.
Sure.
It's because of people like you that Jordan Peterson became a thing.
Resurrected
Clean
Water
your room,
Jabbers in the chat
wash your ass, brush your teeth.
says, I'll take shit my wife has never said to or about my mom for 400 at Vamp.
There's a lot of anger. There is a bit of entitlement. I'm sorry, I'm not the ex that you loved. What? Excuse me? I am not the ex that you loved.
So he had a good woman.
No.
She realized it.
We're not talking about that at this point. No, skip past him. This is about her not thinking that she is loved enough by this dude's mom. Think about it.
Okay, so the more I read about Optic and, like, the more I find out about shit, he reminds me of someone that I know personally. Exact same kind of mentality of poor me, poor me, poor me, give money. Also, the Water Jabbers donated 5. He probably got beat down over commission, please no docs. And Slacker the Internet Nobody for 5. Okay, nixed the raise for the train, but still fired the duck and Blossom.
Whoa.
I'm not gonna do that for $5.
Hold on. Charlie Dango said the vernacular used doesn't correlate with the scenario described. Are these people Canadian or something?
No.
Are they? It's a worthy question. Just saying. Worthy
Close
question.
some tabs.
Oh, tab closing.
Yeah, it got too much to manage for a second.
It's maybe the last time those things are ever seen.
Let's see here.
Mad Wonka begs that Canada not be blamed for it this one time. I think that's fair. I think that's a fair request. No, what do you think? What do you think of the tale thus far?
Like I said, he reminds me of family members that, like, he seems like the kind of person that they're crying and yelling as soon as, like, a loved one dies, and then immediately go, "What about the money?"
Oh my god, that pisses me off so much. That happened to like one of my great aunts. Like she wasn't even like passed away yet. People were already arguing over what they would get when she passed away. It was disgusting.
My grandfather's body
I'll
was still in the
legitimately
house
hit you.
when my aunt did that.
Me too.
I'll legitimately hit somebody. I'll just be honest. I'll catch that charge. I'll drop your ass over that.
I was supposed to get that. No, I'm supposed to get that. Shut
I'll
the
show you what you're
fuck
supposed
up.
to get. Just saying.
Nothing makes me more angry than, first of all, having to deal with the pain of losing a loved one, but to have to watch ignorant people around you argue over their fucking material belongings.
No, that'll do it.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm eating a cookie, but I got so sad I needed to go comfort myself with the cookie after I read that story.
Everybody gives impassioned speeches while eating cookies.
I mean, it probably makes her much more chill. But okay, just Gage is saying when my grandma died, my uncle and aunt were walking through our home, tagging shit they wanted.
I've been
I don't
tagging
know.
their fucking
Ew,
heads.
get out.
I
Get
don't know
out.
how people can be like that.
It would have been painful.
I can't understand how people can be like that, but I'm related to some, so I can also understand it.
I will show thee violence. Just letting you know that will make me violent. I will quickly get violent with people over that.
It's like, guys, can you, like, ask these things after the coroner is gone? Please?
What? I only got $200,000 in the will? I was supposed to get $1 million.
They didn't get shit. The person who was filling stuff out for the grandfather asked, so what do you want to leave these two kids? And he said, fuck them, I've given them enough. They were not happy.
Unfortunately, I think, like, I'm seeing people in the comments who are like, yeah, I have family like that. There's some in every family. Like, you can't get away from them. You're always going to have shitty people related to you.
Everyone's got an optic.
Like, yeah, everyone's got an optic, guys.
Wow.
We have a term for it now.
I don't have much family left, and last year my nan died of cancer.
Okay.
And her estate was worth like 1.5 million. I have no idea what happened to it. I didn't want a bar of it. I don't know what my dad and his sister did with it, but I was not interested in that. I just couldn't handle
Yeah, the last thing that goes through my mind is like, what am I gonna get in the will? Ooh, like I'm like depressed. Like
If they,
somebody I love is
yeah,
leaving
it's like if
forever.
someone pulls you aside
That's
and
what
goes,
my mind
"Hey,
is focused on.
they left you something," and you just snap and go,
What?
and then you start
They
crying
did?
more because you're like, they thought of me.
It
When
was
I
their
when
favorite
I
ring, and they left it to me?
when I think of my nan, all I can think about is her body ravaged by cancer, the death rattle, and
Oh God,
the
I'm
husk that
sad
was
now.
left. I can't be thinking about, oh, but her house is worth this and it's in prime Sydney, and I don't know how you could. I don't understand materialism over people. I don't get it.
And you could be taken advantage of very easily.
I know I have been.
Got to be conscious of a lot of that stuff. I'm just saying, it's a lot of that you gotta stay fucking vigilant. As far as what we're talking about, no, I don't know. I couldn't handle having this. Is somebody go down the checklist of shit that he pulled according to family member? And here's what's also weird with him commenting back. He's not saying this guy isn't my brother. He's not saying none of this is true.
No,
All you see on any of his posts are Durka, Durka, Durka. Please get him to leave the house. Just get him and take him somewhere. Just get him away from us. That's the family.
kind of, yeah.
Fuck.
This is depressing because it's like, stop it. Stop being like this.
What
Every
was the
time I come
checklist?
across someone like this, I just want to shake them, hit them across the face, and tell them stop it. But I know they can't. They're incapable.
Sure.
And you say boo about it, all of a sudden, why are you attacking me? Why are you attacking me?
I don't care. Attack the fuck out of him at this point. My thing is, what is the checklist of shit? I don't care if people get better anymore. I have better shit to do.
That's you.
I am now having a laugh at a fucking idiot.
Okay, I was sent another post.
Oh, there's more. Another post? Okay, good.
This one's from an archive of a Reddit post. I was skimming through it just because it's a very very lengthy post, and some of this isn't necessarily pertinent, but well, I'll just start. Back in 2008, late in the year, my father and I were talking about starting a business. During this time, I noticed he was not looking as he is not looking well. The year prior had been rough. He had gotten into an accident and his condo burned down, and he burned his hands badly trying to get to his guns and old military equipment from his house. Not the smartest move, so I helped him where I could. In turn, he wanted me to start teaching art. He took up painting and saw how these people got paid quite well to teach painting to older people traveling around the world. Since I was out of work, he thought I could do it. Things were proceeding until right after Thanksgiving. We weren't told he was in the hospital by that following Wednesday. That he collapsed that Friday, and after I last saw him, we were told he was where he was and that it was bad. It was all we knew. When we got there, it was in this location. I live in this location. We learned his girlfriend and we learned of his girlfriend, and we learned he had pancreatic cancer. They had done surgery to take out some necrotic tissue in his intestines, and the prognosis was very bad. They allowed us to see him, but this girlfriend had to be with us. He was in a coma, medically induced, and she leaned on my shoulders, telling me my father never cared about me, which was random. That my father never had any intent on doing anything for me anymore, and I should go home. I wasn't welcome. She did a similar tactic with my mother and brother who came with me, randomly telling them how much they disgusted him, and they should leave. We showed up every day. A few days later, they woke him up and let us see him. When I came into the ICU, the girlfriend hid in the next room. He was happy to see me. He reached out and grabbed my hand. Things were so noisy. He talked so low I could barely understand him. I knew it was bad. He was in pain. Then kind of shrugged when I told him my brother and mother are there. He even joked when my mother said he looked a bit better than he did the other day, to which he replied, "You mean when I was dead?" This was typical of him. Alright, yeah. Let's see here. The lady was a lawyer, and the reason they took him out of the coma on the girlfriend's orders, she had medical proxy, so he could sign a will she had drawn up. The doctors realized this, so they refused to let him sign. Okay. We came every day that December to keep an eye on the situation. He was back in the coma, and they weren't going to bring him out of it for that purpose. The doctor said he was in very bad shape, and he can go at any time. This is when another lady showed up. She claimed to be a friend of my father's and was supposedly setting up hospice care for him, which no one's seen paperwork of. Even the doctor was shocked when the next day they signed him out against orders. They had him wheeled out, and the girlfriend said loudly so my mother heard, "We're going home now, sweetheart," turning him away from us and leaving. On Christmas, a will was signed, giving her pretty much everything and naming that odd friend as executrix of the state. He wasn't able to speak. No, it says executrix.
Okay.
I'm reading it word for word. He wasn't able to speak. Let's hear it. For 3 years, we've been doing back and forth with the court. My mother hired a lawyer who doesn't seem to do anything. The will was put into probate, which is not much fuss because of sheer incompetence. My brothers didn't fight it because I wasn't getting anything, which is a shitty reason. A little background. My family and I aren't exactly family-like. My brothers are selfish people, and my mother is generally not all that nice. I never looked to get anything. I was close with my father and just wanted to do the right by his wishes. That's my only involvement. In these 3 years, I lost yet another job, haven't been able to find another, running out of funds to investigate the situation, basically living as well. I live in an absolute squalor, and yes, I'll provide pictures if necessary. So the big question is, what the hell do I do? I'm kind of at the end of my rope. The case is still on, the latest being the executrix was asked to step down, and there's no accounting of anything, no bills paid, and yet the girlfriend lives in his house, drives his car, and has seemingly unlimited money, which as far as I know, that isn't how probate works. Question, how can I get my father's medical records? They've blocked all my other attempts. How do I go about getting some forensic accounting of the state? And then at this end, every means I have tried all lead to dead ends. I've lost everything in the past few years. I mean everything. Currently selling off pretty much everything I own so we can move to a cheaper place. My fiance and I, as we live with my mother currently in an incredibly unhealthy place, black mold everywhere, insects and verbal abuse from said mother, a long horrible story in itself. I feel like I'm stuck in hell. My freelancing has dried up and no jobs are biting exactly. Fighting all this drained everything I had. I'm now in negative funds in my bank account, and I have no clue what to do. I want to move on from this. So advice on getting records so I can turn them over to someone who can work that probate stuff out. I want out of it. Problem is, this drained everything. Okay, TLDR, my father died and have been trying to fix the probate situation and lost everything, need advice and or help, and also a job.
Well,
he's moving on.
Has he been moving on that long?
That's all he's ever wanted.
All he's ever wanted is to move the fuck on.
I want to move on from this.
Jesus.
If only his parents took him to that hospital so he could heal well enough to move on.
Is that why he can't move on? No one took him to the hospital when he got jumped and had all his bones broken?
Yeah. And he's still broke.
That's what it sounds like.
What we don't really know is that his hands look like that, and that's why he draws hands that way.
Huh?
I think he's actually streamed his hands while drawing.
Okay, I wasn't serious about that.
Sorry, I stepped away for a second again,
Should
but
have been
I'm
really
back.
serious.
It was super serious.
Guess what I did?
What?
I brushed my teeth.
She's like scared now.
I ate food and then I brushed my teeth after.
Fuck that.
Why aren't more
Is she-
people
Is
clapping?
she flexing on us?
You're never
I might
gonna
be-
get to You're never gonna make it on YouTube like that. Obviously,
Alright.
that's not how you do it.
Guys, you can't watch Blossom stream anymore. She brushes her teeth. I mean, I brush my
Maybe you
teeth, but I'm gonna lie and say I don't.
Maybe you should do a stream, especially for Rob, where you sing that Wiggles song. Brush your teeth.
I actually never watched the Wiggles. So
Oh, well, you don't
I
know
guess
what
I'm
you've been
gonna
missing
have to freestyle. Yeah, I got a toothbrush. What up? I'm fucking really white. I shouldn't do this. I'm sorry.
That was a
Glorious.
pretty good one.
Wow.
Fucking glorious.
My mixtape is coming out in a couple years, probably a decade, but you know, look out for it. Hey,
Oh my god.
She's becoming the mixtape guy.
She's
I
gonna
just
get picked
keep
up by Ray
receiving
anytime now.
things. Oh my god.
Well, any awful thing you have about him, feel free to read it. I
Okay.
don't really care.
This isn't him, but you'll be able to tell really quick who it is. Future mother-in-law is a complete bitch to my fiance, and I can do nothing about it. The title says it all. Practically all his life, his mother has been a total monster to him. We live with her because the economy sucks and neither of us can find work. Living with this horrendous woman is stressful
Really?
on both of us. She won't clean up after herself. I'm her maid
Really?
pretty much, and I go above and beyond. I clean up her urine trails, and her functionally retarded son shit from the shower and floor.
Wow.
I get no appreciation for this.
Oh.
She has no qualms buying expensive shit she doesn't need. But we need a bed, and she can't help us buy one, so we can sleep on something that isn't slowly breaking under us. Her house is falling to pieces, and she does nothing to improve upon it. Every time my fiance offers to give her help with something, she insults him, calling him names and bullying him at every turn.
oh my
Jesus.
god.
Somebody get these people a trailer.
She has done nothing he has done nothing to deserve this treatment. She spoils his two brothers, who, by the way, harasses teen girls on Facebook and stalks family members and shits on us. We contribute to the house and actually are trying to make it better, but it's never good enough. Today was the fiance's birthday. His mother barely acknowledged it. Made us a dinner that was inedible. It had onions in it that the fiance can't process without great discomfort, and she knows this. Catered said dinner to his brother.
Wow.
And got him a cake that didn't even have his name on it. She gave him nothing else. Not a nice card, nothing. She made him dinner and bought him a cake, but it wasn't enough.
Fucking
You're winding
bitch
up on
gave her
onions.
onions. Onions!
Not a nice card, nothing. But yet, she asked his brother what he wanted for dinner days in advance and got him a nice card with money in it on his birthday. Basically, she is saying that she hates her own child and there is no credible reason for it. He got pretty upset at the lack of human treatment he got from his mother and expressed it, only to be met with a condescending attitude. And to top it off, his pig of a brother wasted the ice cream cake by throwing it in the garbage rather than eating it. I can say anything to this woman. If I did, I can't say anything to this woman because if I did, I'd be thrown out. All I can do is comfort my man and wish she would turn into a human being for once. He has to yell at her every couple of weeks and let her know that her behavior is horrendous and it does no good, and she just reverts back to it. All she does is obstruct and hurt us. Tell Derek my future mother-in-law is a bitch and I can do nothing about it. I just needed to rant. Deleted user commented under this. Are you sure you can't move out? That's a toxic place to live, and your future marriage will not last. And the OP responds with, if we had resources to leave, we would be out as quick as humanly possible. Unfortunately, my family is in Canada, and they don't have the ability to communicate through
Huh?
anything other than Facebook.
That's a lie. We got Discord in Canada now. And a bunch of other stuff.
Do you
We
have
just got all
phones?
these cool websites. We just got those like 2 years ago as well. Like she's lying. Like we got all that here in Canada. I lived here my whole life, I know. Also, if it's true that he wasted an ice cream cake, I'm gonna be a little salty about that.
Focusing on real issues.
But Tonka, it's ice cream cake.
Sure.
You know,
It's
I-
ice cream cake.
I don't expect anything for my birthday, so if someone like buys me dinner or gets me like anything, I'm extremely like just, oh, you thought of me. Thank you so
Dude,
much.
I know. I'm like, you fucking people remember? Like, even if somebody texts me and I'm just like, wow, like, you know the day that I was born?
That's cool.
What?
And like you're reaching out to show me like, hey, I didn't forget that it's your cake day. And you're just like, oh, bruh, thanks.
Okay, so can we go back to the onion thing?
Apparently he can't have onions.
To be fair, like I didn't buy the fact that he'd been beaten and abused and left for dead until I heard the onion thing.
Okay, do you want me
Now
to
I
read
can
that
believe
again
it.
though, just so you know?
Yes.
Pelt him with onions.
Okay. Today was the fiance's birthday. His mother barely acknowledged it. Made us a dinner that was inedible. It had onions in it that the fiance
Oh.
cannot process without great discomfort, and she knows this.
His tummy cannot process.
Bitch, get some Tums. Your mama made you dinner. Fucking suck it up, boy.
Like, I mean, everyone usually knows that I don't generally eat like raw onions, but like I
she-
can pick those out.
Oh, I love onions in general, so I'm really insulted that she said this. So, wow. Anyway.
Oh boy,
um,
someone's offended on the internet.
So she, yeah, she complains that this mother doesn't do anything for the fucking deadbeat of sons of them all. Like, honestly, like he takes the cake. And his bedroom is allegedly like just covered in like fucking dried
Cat
cat
shit.
shit and
And-
cigarette butts and ashes all over the place.
and apparently
and they
mold,
wonder-
according to them.
And they're like, we don't have the resources to leave. Okay, first of all, obviously she means money, right? So, okay, you don't have money. Job? Second of all, why would you need your family in Canada to help you if you're living in the States? Like, what the fuck? Like, like I'm assuming she means that their only other option would be to move into another relative's house that would take them in. Like, what? Like, your life is not together. And it's just like, you're blaming it on other people. That's not okay. And to top it off, you're taking advantage of them and lying about them. And, like, what the fuck?
Or she could learn to cook.
I mean, yeah, there's also that.
Cooking
Or
is
they
really
could
not
move
that
out.
hard.
Or they could do a bunch. But instead
that's
she
what
wants
I'm
to
saying.
hate. She wants to hate this motherfucker's
Act
mom.
like a victim.
Oh no,
She has to
they're
hate
obviously
there's
being
not enough
held
love given.
hostage there.
Yeah, there's not enough love being given to them.
I
Anybody
fucking
else think about
can't. These people are ridiculous. These people aren't real.
Shh. The biggest problem I've caught out of all this is there's I don't know, just a distinct forgetting of a lot of things, and then going back and being like, "Hey, person who I just buried, help me! I need to go to the comic store. I know I accused you of molesting me."
But that was
Can
on
you
my
drive me to
online
the comic
blog.
store? Oh yeah, that was just online.
that was my fictional online blog.
I mean, I know I named you and everything, but I
Yeah.
mean, comics, Bliss. I has all this monies.
fucking
Man,
hate these
I
people.
really don't like the fact that I paid this guy.
I really don't like onions.
Hey, you can just fucking fly out of here. Onions are amazing, okay?
I like that no matter how many things he sent me, I was never nice about it.
Guys,
What?
I can't. These people aren't real.
What happened?
Help me become a veterinary assistant. The job market has not been good to me, and I would like to help animals. I don't like asking for help, but yet here I am. My fiance and I don't have the $875 to pay for tuition, books, etc.
What?
It's a whatever that is program, which is the cheapest and fastest way to get certification. I just want to be able to work, contribute to society in a positive way, and earn a paycheck. Please help. Links to a $100 GoFundMe.
Oh my god.
What?
Wait,
What is this?
you're telling me
Yeah,
that
what is
it only
this?
costs $900 to become a assistant veterinarian?
That's not even a point.
I'm in the wrong business. My tuition is not that cheap. What the fuck?
I think that's to get the certification to be able to mop the floor. I want to donate eggs for research in this state, but can't find info. Please help.
What does she mean, eggs?
She's
The
talking
title
about...
says, I want to donate eggs, but not for people to make babies with. I would prefer to be able to do research for, or do it for research purposes because I would rather help people in that way, and I would assume that would eliminate long waiting periods. I also need the money, so I can go to school and be a vet assistant. Buy my eggs.
Yeah,
Buy my,
she's
buy,
She's trying to sell her
donating
fucking...
her ovary.
Oh my
These people aren't fucking real.
God.
Eggs, ovum.
She out here selling them by the dozen. She at the road with her fucking sign, buy my eggs,
Well,
fam.
And she don't got no chicken.
Wait, did anybody
talking
link her
about-
to the egg thing? Because I might be interested in that too.
No.
You don't think I should donate my eggs for research and get a little cash dollar?
Also, they donations are donations. I don't know if they're allowed to pay you for eggs.
Yeah, they are.
No, I mean like a college or something. I don't know if they're allowed to pay you for it if you're donating for research purposes, not for like
Well, she's not looking to donate. She's looking to sell.
yeah,
She
Why
says
isn't-
donate, but she wants money. That's not a donation.
yeah. If you're like giving them to a
Accurate.
college, it's donation. If you're sending them to like one of the banks for people to get like artificial insemination or something like that, then I think that's a contribution that you can get compensated for.
Hey Billy, fuck you.
What do you
Met my
say?
quota.
Oh, that's mean.
Why do people call me sweetie now? I don't like that. Y'all can get the fuck out of here with
People
that
have been
shit.
calling me sweetie for years.
I don't like it.
Okay, sweetie.
I will fucking kick you in the shin.
Ah.
I did see that. That was pretty cringe. Oh,
Vamp
3D.
reads Streamlabs.
Shut the fuck up, kid.
Huh? Okay, Kruba for 2, but the real question that needs to be answered is, how does all of this affect Merc?
can somebody ask Merc real quick? Because I do want to know.
I want to know how these people are real. And
I do think he had an ex once who also had eggs.
There's that.
she couldn't use them though.
So, there were optic replies.
Oh yeah,
The thing.
that's like way over here.
Because he said things.
Yes. That would be falling in line with, let's see here. I want to make sure that my other person who reads stuff. Okay, there's that. Send it to you as well.
Ooh.
Right. And I will be right back.
She lying.
So, am I reading this solo?
Probably, fam.
So, guys, I was linked to a deviant. What? You fucking. Oh my god, he's always fucking laughing at me. Okay. So, I got this deviant art thread, and I'm not gonna mention names and stuff. I'll try to speak in as neutral pronouns as possible. But anyway, here we go. This was written on January of 2008. One of the deviants on here, Maddox Misery, which we now know as Optic, claimed to be collecting money for a guy with cancer in September.
Oh
Post
dear.
after posting saying he was collecting money for him, that he'd give the cancer guy half the proceeds from his book and t-shirt sales. He signed off posts by saying he was going to call the guy to check on him, and he'd sign off for blank because nobody gives a fuck. Real heartstring pulling type crap. Then in October, he deletes his journal, claiming his family found out about it, but then continued to post to his journal. But he never mentioned this dude with cancer again. Anyone who has given Maddox Misery money needs to speak up now. He used a story of some dude with cancer to scam tons of hits. Quote, or sorry, a bracket, he begged people to link to his plea for money, and several people said they did, bracket, and perhaps some money as well. DeviantArt needs to scrape chunks of shit like Maddox Misery off its shoes. Ooh.
Bit stern.
So there is a comment here. Somebody wrote, "Did the scumbag get arrested yet?"
Wow.
And it looks like the OP has replied. He says, "Hey guys, just wanted to update you regarding Maddox Misery. As was suggested on the complaint boards, I opened a ticket about this turd, and all DeviantArt sent back was an auto response saying that they are not responsible if you get scammed by the deviants. This seems fair though, because if they didn't have clauses like that, people would sue them just because they were having a bad day. In the meantime, I discovered a pretty fun activity. Uh, Okay, that's just like instructing on like how to find more of this dude's profiles. This way you can see old forum posts and even forum posts he has deleted. If you do the search like this, blah, 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 I suggest you finally understand the full magnitude of this guy's bullshit, his panhandling for both money and pity. Among other things, you'll see he claimed in May 2007 that his, quote, handicapped brother, who he has been sponging off all his life, molested him as a child. Oh, and by the way, he said on here he was raped in jail, and he had said somewhere else he was molested. Since several of your big lies have this kind of man on man or man on boy theme, maybe you're gay. Nothing wrong with that.
So was he in jail?
This person is saying, yeah, apparently he was in jail for something and got raped.
I mean,
But that's, of course, all alleged. Nobody knows
What
that
I-
for sure. It could just be another story.
what I heard from that is that was something that he had claimed. Maybe I heard it wrong. But he said, I'm pretty sure he said that this is something that the guy had claimed happened to him.
Oh, maybe.
And it was one of these homoerotic lies.
How many of those
Um,
has he told? The family member and then the jail one.
I have another comment here from somebody who is also familiar with him. Yep, I remember reading about that fake charity scam. Then, when he got caught and his family found out, he withdrew every blog he posted relating to the incident. If one does, in fact, donate money to a charity, they would have a receipt or some kind of proof showing they contributed to cause and for how much.
Especially if it's a one-on-one kind of thing.
Uh huh.
One person donating to it. Yeah.
But this guy can't show us one because no funds ever went to anyone with cancer or the Cancer Society as he claims, but rather in his own pocket. Pretty sad, really. So now he is all mad because someone who may or may not know him personally decided to talk about it openly and warn people about scams. I'll say what OP is saying, simply not in caps to donate any money to this bogus cause. I wouldn't give him a penny, period, even though he's on here asking for donations for his quotation art since he dropped that phony quote cancer thing. Everyone on here is an artist in one way or another, buddy. You don't see many people begging for donations for their hobby. That's just wrong. So actually, this is interesting. It looks as though somebody has commented under the username of Maddox Misery, replying to these things. Would you like me to read that? It's
Sure. Let's see
the
what
account
Optic
is
has.
banned. I'm noticing because there is a strike through the username, but it does say Maddox Misery, and it was replied to in January 2008. So I think this is from him, so I'll go ahead and read it. Um, I'm not someone who's going to sit idle as someone commits quite actionable libel against me on a public forum. I have explained the situation numerous times, and I feel that you still don't get the point. I took it down simply because he hated the attention. He preferred I go private with it as he felt it was making him a sad charity case. I respected his wishes. What's wrong with that? I stopped taking donations for it, and what I did collect went to the American Cancer Society in his name as per his request. I was also made aware that OP was going through my watch list, sending notes to people on it telling them I'm a stalker, which I clearly don't
What?
understand. I've never done anything to this guy, and he doesn't know me. He's a guy who left rude comments every few months on my art and journals. I've never had any relations with the guy at all, and I don't plan on starting now. I posted a journal addressing exactly what this guy is doing, which is really pretty disturbing on a lot of levels. What OP is doing is exactly what he says I'm doing. He says I'm scamming. I'm clearly not, and I welcome anyone to check me out and read everything carefully. I'm being completely honest in what I do. He said I'm a stalker, yet he's the one going down a watch list and contacting people personally against me. Like a big effort is being put forth to drive me out of the community that I served for a few years now. I would like to say that in no way will I run and hide, and in no way did I mislead anyone. He presents no proof or anything to the contrary. Sure, I deleted journals, but that was because of personal family issues that have nothing to do with this situation. I say believe what you want, but if you are going to slander me publicly, I will face it head on, and I am considering taking action on this. To say I'm an asshole, fine. Everyone is entitled to an opinion. But to go out and say I'm pulling a scam or stalking people, that is slander, something I take very seriously, and I refuted all your claims. You offer nothing but a grudge with no merit. I blocked you from my page. That's because you were being very rude. I could have done more, but I felt it was best to just ignore you and go on with life. I will continue to do so because you have no proof of wrongdoing and a chip on your shoulder for no good reason. We've never spoke before. You don't have a concept of reality I live in, nor do you even know who I am in any form past the journals. As far as I'm concerned, I'm done with this. I was truthful and very possible way, and there are many who can back me up on everything I say.
Can't stand that guy.
That is apparently Optic himself.
Yeah, that sounds like Optic.
It does sound like
A
him, especially
whiny,
the grammar,
trying to
the
pretend
grammar
like he
stuff.
knows shit. Oh, did you get some ... talkie?
He's also very contradictory. Like he says, "I'm going to face this head on," and then later on he goes, "I blocked you because you're being rude." Like, dude.
Fucking hate this guy. Fucking hate this guy. It's fun.
Well, I'd say it's like a little nitpicky about the block thing, but here's the thing. Like I'd say that
He
that
saw
could
fit
be.
to throw it in there. Is the thing? Is like this was like a don't you know who I am kind of thing.
Right,
I'm
right.
blocking you from like it's like when Nick Diorio put up a Twitter post about how he was gonna unpin a comment from a fucking YouTube video. It's just like, what the fuck is wrong with you?
I would be willing to hear out like his side of that if a little bit more if he wasn't associated with somebody that has asked for a lot of money for a lot of things that have gone wrong in their life. Just kind of weird.
Isn't it?
So this actually appears to go back and forth between Optic's brother, the one who is originally calling him out, and the OP, and they're all kind of arguing with one another. So if you guys want to hear any more of it, just let me know. But just throwing it out there that that is there. It's fucking ridiculous.
Weird. Just weird. So his old cancer scam. I don't know to what extent. But some old, I say scam it. Fuck, it seems like a little bit of a con. I don't know what would. It seems absolute fuckery, but maybe he did take it up originally in earnest, and then decides to just keep it afterward. I could say that happened. I could see that happening. Maybe I don't know. I don't trust him. All of this shit seems like a lot of shit that's happened in the past year and some change. That's what I'm noticing.
Apparently, he only made $50 from the charity thing. Only 2 people donated, and
Cool.
was $50 between the 2 of them.
Okay, and he should
But
just show a $50 donation thing.
I'm like, how many comic books can you get with $50? Like, I'm assuming you could get like a decent amount. Because didn't that guy say that like after
He
he
took
got
him to get
money?
comics.
Yeah, yeah. Fuck.
I hate that.
Well, you paid double that and got half of one panel of a comic. Very poorly drawn one.
You made out like a bandit, Blossom.
Man, I want that money back.
Well, he
Hey.
refunded Cog because he didn't like Cog, so maybe he'll refund you.
Nah, he definitely won't.
Yeah, I don't see that
That
happening.
money is long gone. He does not have it.
Yeah, all that money got spent on toothpaste.
No,
And
it didn't.
comics. He spent it on comics, motherfucker.
Yeah, he did not buy toothpaste.
A lot of theories are being talked about, and I don't know. I'll try not to throw out too much fucking rumor, innuendo, and conjecture.
Right.
Well, fuck them.
So I keep getting linked like to thread after thread after thread over on like Reddit.
Mm?
And every single time I read through one of these, my brain just screams, this isn't real. These people aren't real. It just screeches of there is a collection of people on one of the subreddits called r/entitled people, r/choosing beggars, etc. That's where these posts seem to it seems where they should belong. Like there's one about them trying to adopt a cat, and I guess they weren't allowed to adopt the cat. And then in the ending of this post it says, so on top of all this, my fiance got stiffed on a payment for a commission he worked for weeks on for an ungrateful client. That money would have gone towards the adoption of the cat, which if we decided to do so would cost us $95. It would have had been nice for us to not have to spend what little Xmas money we got, you know? If anyone needs commissions, by the way, his name is this on here. He does great stuff. He needs the work. Essentially, they wanted to adopt a cat, but didn't want to pay the adoption fees. They just wanted them to give them the cat.
Gibbs cat. For cat poop.
It seems. I.
Do not give these people cats. Do not.
This is choosing beggars. It's like, yeah, I mean, I want to adopt this thing, but
There's a reason adoption fees are a thing.
right.
The shelter has to pay for veterinarians and maintenance and food and care somehow.
Not only
You
that, more
fucking
importantly,
morons.
it's to get usually ensures that the cat is going to be microchipped, neutered, free of
Shots.
disease.
Yeah.
Also stops people that say can't afford a cat adopting a cat on a whim. It serves multiple purposes.
He probably contacted the shelter though and said that Tonka had it covered.
Oh. Okay.
So clearly his fault.
I don't know how Tonka can have it covered. Here's in the chat.
Tonka, are you in the car?
I swear to God.
Yeah, he's doing a thing.
Is he gone out to buy eggs?
He
and
said, this
onions?
fucking guy, am I right?
Yeah, he muted and he's in the chat. This bitch left.
I can't believe they doxed him on the show today. You asshole.
We didn't.
Yeah, there's two
We
comments in
purposely
here,
didn't.
and they flat out state that that money for, you know, adopting out an animal goes to all of like their shots and making sure they're neutered and making sure they've been tested for FIV or feline leukemia. These people aren't real.
Unfortunately, they are.
No, they're not.
They're just cartoon avatars on the internet, so
Okay.
it doesn't count.
They're not
Anybody
real.
have any crutches I can borrow?
No. I can hit you with one. Give you a reason to limp. I'm. I can't.
Yes.
Guys, Optic is moving on. He and Broski have found a new audience to scam. Says, a resurrected chat member.
As somebody who has given this guy money, don't give this guy money.
Wow, guys, I can't believe how fucked up Optic's family is to him, says Tonka. Just... I understand we're not really talking now, but... Like... I'm just... I got nothing. Does anyone else have something?
I don't have anything except
There are no more things.
sadness.
Do I start doxing the people who donated today? Is that what I'm supposed to do?
Vamp's an angry doxing hacker.
I'm an elite hacker.
She DDoSed me. Or,
DDoS?
sorry, DDoSed.
I
DDoSed.
DDoSed you.
See how she corrected me? It's because she knows. Because she's a hacker. She got botnets at the ready.
Oh yeah, all the botnets. Like... I felt like I would have more to say, and then they just kept sending me things, and I kept reading them for some reason.
I remember that. That
These
was a good
people
day.
aren't real.
Yeah, it's fine. They're cartoons.
Okay, Tonka's saying, just hold on a minute so I can write a stringly word of blog about about how terrible my family treats me. Please donate. You only threatened to dox someone's PayPal by using a first name that everyone knows if they've also been donated to. Can someone drive me to the comic shop? Blossom.
I suppose.
Yeah, alright. We stopping for food, though, on the way.
I mean, that works. I don't know if I have much of an appetite right now, but... all my siblings hate me.
I would,
Give me money now.
but yeah, we're worse than these guys.
Now, are all these It's just kind of hard to tell. I was gonna ask if all these things kind of came from the same account
What?
What?
because it was on different websites.
Yes,
That was
same
it.
screen name.
No, it's
On
doxing.
the same name.
No, that's fine. It's all doxing. Who cares?
Well, you didn't really. You kind of knew him. Did he ever tell you any story of anything like that? Any stalkers or
Who?
Optic?
I would zone out when he talked. I'm not even gonna lie.
Fuck that. Hey,
Hi.
y'all should donate and shit, cause you know my family beat me up with crutches, threw rocks at my head, tried to choke me with onions. Only through donations can life ever be fulfilled.
I bet you had to panhandle with your mom's crutches too.
I had to look through piles of cat shit to find all the paperwork.
I bet your
How do you even
birthday cake
support your 2-pack-a-day habit? Tonka.
Look,
Why?
they put onions inside of socks
I
and
bet
beat me
you
with it.
wasted your ice cream cake too.
Oh my god, I bet it didn't even have his name on it.
They threw cakes in the trash.
Don't say that. You know how much I love that frosting. I didn't even get a piece. I was in the bathroom. It was all
Family
gone
pelted
when I came out.
pelted motherfuckers with onions.
Don't
I'll
you
never
know that
recover.
hurts your stomach?
My ankle's bruised because of the onion. At least this time it wasn't a rutabaga.
Or turnip.
Next, you're gonna tell me you were never able to adopt the cat.
Oh my god.
It's still at the shelter.
My
They
family
wanted
beat me
money.
up with
It's
that
gonna
cat.
be euthanized tomorrow.
My family beat me with that cat.
No, Tonka.
They beat me with the cat.
I'm so sorry for your life.
Oh my god, are you okay?
I'm just saying.
Fucking
I was
future
beaten with a cat.
mother-in-law.
My future mother-in-law beat me with an onion.
Inside of a cat.
I can't listen anymore.
I bet that
She
cat
made-
smelled like cigarette butts.
Made a cat out of onions and then beat me with it.
Every time I sit on Tonka's floor, I get ashes all over my butt.
I'm breathing in mold.
They beat me with a cigarette butt.
Yeah.
No.
No.
Oh my god. One of our
Those
members for
hurt.
5 says, I meant to donate to their sob story bullshit.
No.
Might as well donate to the sob story too.
I can't.
First they punched tires, and then they
No.
beat me with the tires.
No!
Oh my god. The
They
rubber
filled up
really
the tires
hurts.
with cats.
No.
No!
Bags of them.
Bags.
That's so inconsiderate because you're allergic.
I can't digest the onions.
Bro, no. Are you gonna be okay?
No, I'ma poop myself. I'm gonna go sit in my depressed poop hallway. I've been beaten.
Beat myself in my hallway.
I'm actually crying now.
Did nobody give a fuck? I don't know if you listened, but my mom's didn't even give a fuck when it was my birthday. I had to get my fucking woman to write a blog to get her to acknowledge it. And then I got beat up with onion cats.
I challenge you in a fight on Yahoo Messenger.
I'll fight your ass on Yahoo Messenger.
She tried to get people to catch her and aim. Then they closed aim.
I'm gonna write an angry post on Ask Reddit.
Every time I try to log into my AIM account, it won't connect now. It says the service expired.
I had wrote my AIM password in a Trapper Keeper, and then my mom beat me with the Trapper Keeper.
What kind of Trapper Keeper?
Lisa Frank.
No! I bet it was one of the tigers, too.
Oh
I love
god.
the tigers and the pandas.
She was screaming the lyrics to Eye of the Tiger the whole time.
I put an ad on Craigslist for blood play.
Why did you do that?
Don't you have AIDS?
I thought that
No.
was your brother.
That.
I just got beat up. Fun.
Are you alright?
Are you okay?
Do you need to borrow my bones? Why?
I don't know.
I hate you all.
Now the duck hates us.
It's been an honor to play with you here tonight.
What the hell's going on in here?
Alex, I need a hug.
I'm eating.
Is there onions in it?
I don't think so.
Thank God.
Anyway.
Jesus, what kind of show is this?
I think it's a funeral.
God, it sounds awful.
Some people in life just have it rough, I guess.
Alright. No way we can top that. So I'm just gonna call it here.
What are we calling it?
Over.
Moving on?
Moving on?
Moving on. Alright, everybody.
Killed the stream, Alex.
Oh, whoops.
Bye.
Thanks so much for joining us tonight. We will see you when we see you. Hope you had fun. And if any of us are doing anything later, just, make sure to keep an eye out for that. But we'll, all links are in the description below. Bye.